Shalom, and welcome once again to Elders of GMS, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And today's topic is a continuation from last week, understanding the book of Revelation. We're going to go into the chapter 10, 11, 12, and if we have time, we'll go into chapter 13. But I think we'll be able, pretty much sure we'll be able to do the 3 chapters. Hopefully we'll be able to do a 4th chapter. So let's go right into it.
Revelation chapter 10 verse 1. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head. And his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire.
Now, the word angel, can you look that up in the blue letter? That angel that he saw was actually a so-called spaceship. And obviously there was a angel or individual in the spaceship, but he saw it as an angel. All right, you got it, Doc?
Yeah, Revelation 10 and 1, the word angel in the Greek.
Strong's G32, angelos, angelos.
Which means a messenger, envoy, one who is sent, an angel, a messenger from God, a messenger, envoy. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
When you get a chance, look up the word envoy or envoy in the regular dictionary, guess the Marians. See what that says. Because like I said, it was an actual ship. And now if you go to the book of Ezekiel, the 1st chapter, and you read the whole chapter, you'll get an understanding of that. Because the thing that was in the ship was an actual angel. All right? Yeah, as soon as you get it, I'll give it right to you. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this is the Merriam-Webster dictionary. The word envoy, it means a minister, plenipotentiary, accredited to a foreign government who ranks between an ambassador and minister resident, called an envoy extraordinary. B, a person delegated to represent one government in its dealings with another. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so the angel in that ship was a middleman to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right? All right, you got something? All right, go ahead. Go right to the point. Because we don't want to read the whole chapter is good, but we don't want to read the whole chapter. If you get a chance, read it yourself. Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 15. Now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with their 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl, and they 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
Yeah, that was a ship. All right? So you can get an understanding. Go ahead.
It says, when they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them, 4. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheel were lifted up. Whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go. And the wheel were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels.
Yeah, the angels were inside of these ships, which was in a circular donut form or dish or roll. Give me Zechariah 5 verse 1.
This is the book of Zechariah, the 5th chapter, and verse 1. And it says, Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and behold, Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, For every one that stealeth shall be cut off as of that side of it, according to it, and every one that sweareth falsely shall be cut off on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and to the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof, and the stones thereof.
Yeah. In other words, these ships, you're going to see a lot more UFO sightings in this country. This is the house of the thief. And by the way, I like the researcher to get me look up the word curse. Was that the first or the second verse? This is the third verse. This is the curse.
Yeah, Zechariah 5:1, the word curse in the Hebrew is Allah, which means oath, oath of covenant, curse from God, from men, execration. Yeah.
In other words, he said curse from the Most High, oath. Oath means something that you promise that you're going to do. So the Most High said he's going to do it, and he's going to do it. And what is ultimately those ships going to do? You read the last verse. Ultimately, what they're going to do?
It says, this is back in Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 4. And it says, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief.
Yeah, the thief, like I said, is America. Go ahead.
It says, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof.
Now look up the word consume. What was that, the third verse to the fourth verse? Consume.
Yeah, the Hebrew word there for consume is kala, which means to accomplish, cease, consume, determine, end, fail, finish, be complete, be accomplished, be ended, be at an end, be finished, be spent. See what it says down here. Yep, that's it.
So I don't have to explain that to you. That it's obvious what it means. These ships, these so-called UFOs, are going to be in this country and around the world, but mainly in the house of the thief, and the house of him that swears falsely by the Most High's name, because this devil, the Illuminati, they know the name of the Most High. They know his son's name because they heard us say it, and they had their researchers check it out. But they been knew the name. They been knew the name. That's why they make movies, and every once in a while they'll hint at the Lord's name. You know, they have this famous stone. I don't know if it's in England. I haven't researched it in a long time. It's called the Moabite stone. Matter of fact, Google the word Moabite stone. And it's a stone dealing with the king of Moab. And if you read it, it's in the ancient Hebrew, the so-called Paleo-Hebrew that we have showed you, not the Assyrian. And you can, and if you read it, it's kind of hard to read because it's old, but you can see the word Malak, Mawa'aba, or Mawa'aba, or whatever. And then if you look down, you'll see the name of Yahweh at least four or five times. But it's in one of these museums. I don't know if it's in the museum over there in the UK. Okay, it's in the Louvre Museum in Paris, the Moabite stone. Now, even if you YouTube the word, there's certain tourists that go to that museum, and they'll look to find a name, to try to find the name of Yahweh. And the word is written out in the ancient Hebrew, Yahweh. All right? All right, go ahead.
All right, this is back in Revelation chapter 11, verse 2. And he said, I read 1 again. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head. And his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as the pillars of fire. And he had in his hand a little book, open. And he set his right foot upon the sea, and his left foot on the earth. And cried with a loud voice, as when a lion roareth. And when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices. And when the seven thunders had uttered their voices, I was about to write, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, seal up those things.
You know what?